Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thursday afternoon, I'm in the shop, taking care of business, paying bills as usual. Mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Let's just philosophize a little bit. I had a buddy of mine give me some advice that I didn't really understand at the time. It's taken me a while to put it all together, and honestly, who knows what he meant. He was a combination of really crazy and really stupid. And he told me right before I moved to Florida, don't let them change you. I don't really know what that meant. I've lived all over this country. Just because I live one place or live another doesn't mean anything to me. I'm always me. But the way he said it had kind of this impact. And, I just file it away in my file in the back of my mind of advice that was given to me that makes no damn sense at all. I just smile and nod. Okay, thank you. The other day I was listening to a video when I was in the shop by Carl Jung, the psychiatrist, whatever he was. And he was talking about the idea of the persona, which I think is an interesting idea, and Jordan Peterson talks about that also at length. And I've studied this a little bit. And many of us, maybe everyone, has a persona. I don't know about everyone, but a lot of people do. Some people have multiple personas, like masks that you wear. And when I was listening to that talk about the whole concept of a persona, I thought about people who change who they are in order to please others, in order to fit a role, or possibly even just some sort of fantasy that they have. So, I had a buddy of mine who went from being a motorcycle tech at BMW to getting a job as an instructor at a college that was doing motorcycle certificates, marine and motorcycle. All the engines are pretty much the same. And that felt like a very prestigious job. It felt like a big leap forward to him. I don't know if the pay was much better, but to go from being a tech at a dealership, basically just with a lift in the garage area in the back of a dealership, to having a classroom with students taking notes on everything you say, that felt like a big leap forward in his career, and I understand that. And he was telling me right after he got the job about how many of his students are his age and are interested in socializing with him, but he doesn't socialize with them at all because he wants to maintain a certain level of authority over people in the class. And at first I took it just as professionalism, and there is a certain professionalism that a professor or a teacher wants to have. Same with managers and people like that. But it felt very much that he was playing a role, that he had a fantasy, an idea, maybe from movies, who knows what, of what a teacher is, of what a professor is. And he was playing this role. He started to dress different, started to do his hair different, he started to act different, talk different. And it's like a split personality. And it started to take him over a little bit, where that became the new him. The old him was kind of lost. And I think that's a common experience. When you have a split personality, you get taken over by this new persona that you're practicing. What you practice becomes you. This is why you have to be very careful with your habits. Be very careful with your thoughts. Practice negativity all day long, just in your mind. You become a very negative person. Your split personality will take you over. I experienced that myself, where I kind of played a role, created a persona. I had this street version of myself, and that's who I was. As soon as I left the house, left my mom's apartment, I lived in the projects as a kid, as soon as I get out in the streets, I'd act like a different guy. I wasn't the same person as I was when I was in the house. I had two different versions of me that were quite drastically different. And that carried on into my adult life. I started that when I was 10 years old, playing that split personality game. And by the time I was 30, the split personality had taken me over. I had lost who I was. I had to reconnect with who I was, go figure out, go find that inner child, the lost version of me. So I think having a split personality is very dangerous, and this is different than just being professional. You can be very professional. You should have a professional side to you. But that doesn't mean that that's a whole nother persona. That's not a different version of you. That's not a different personality. You're not a different person. It's not like Jekyll and Hyde or Clark Kent and Superman. You're always the same person. You see this with celebrities, people in the media, even people online. I didn't really realize that, although it makes perfect sense, I guess I'm just naive, that there's YouTubers, online people that have a persona, an online personality. This online persona that they play, this role they play while they're on their podcast. That's not who they really are. And people admit this. I guess the only reason why I'm talking about it is because I was thinking about that advice from my homeboy Butch. Don't let them change you. And I think this ties in because a lot of people adopt a persona in order to fit in with others, in order to fit in with a culture, with a group. Whether that culture or group is work or in your community or wherever, your family. If you have to play a role in order to get along with other people, they don't like you, they don't respect you, they only like that persona that you play, the character that you play on your little show that you have about yourself, wherever that show is, at work, around your friends. They don't like the real you. Don't change yourself to be liked by others. If people don't like you for who you are, fuck them. Food for thought.